I need 1 million Scorpio risers throughout the world to rise up and pursue your spiritual business. Hey, I'm the birthday coach, Jeremy Ryan, saying you were born for more. You were born for more success, happiness, and love, and I help you do that with the secrets of astrology. I love Scorpio risers. I'm a Scorpio riser myself. I love them, though, because Scorpio, whether you're a Scorpio riser, sun, or moon, Scorpio, ruled by the 8th house, is the house of the astrology, the house of tarot, the house of Reiki, energy healing, anything with the occult knowledge, numerology, things that are beyond just your everyday science, but it's a spiritual science. And if you study it seriously, you can see it work in real life. I love Scorpios because they appreciate the science of the occult, the hidden knowledge. They, even if you were raised Christian, if you live long enough, you're going to be open to this wisdom of the ancients, eternal truth. The stars never lie. They're the same yesterday, today, and forever. And what is true in astrology today will be true for astrology 1 million years from now. And when Scorpio starts tapping into that knowledge, they appreciate it, they believe it, and because they tried it for their own life. And then when the Scorpio grabs onto something that works for them, they're not going to let go, no matter how much you tell them they're going to go to hell for it. And so with that being said, I said a few months ago that those that want to be a professional astrologer would be a great time to do it because Mars is in Gemini. Gemini rules the 8th house for Scorpio risers in whole house astrology. But we've been retrograde for a little while now, so a lot of you kind of lost, momentum in starting your professional spiritual business. I said just last video that Mars is going back direct for 3 months in Gemini and in the tropical zodiac. And so this means that the environment is right for you to start pursuing your spiritual passions again, your occult hidden knowledge passion. But Gemini is the speaker. He's the, sharing that information. And so if you're sitting there and you're a Scorpio rising and you think, I always kind of felt drawn to astrology or tarot or whatever other mystical, metaphysical science, and you're like, I wonder if I should be sharing this with people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there are things in the chart that will show if you could be even more how good of an astrologer or how good of a spiritual healer or teacher. But all you even have was Scorpio riser. You would be called to share this wealth of information with the world. You would be called to broadcast it, right? Because Gemini is a social butterfly. It's going everywhere and just sharing a little bit here, a little bit there. It rules the third house of communication, of emails and online texts. And so, even, part of the internet. And so with that being said, we need millions of Scorpio risers to accept their gift to share hidden information. Why? Because Scorpio riser is the soul of a healer. It is the soul of a transformer. It is, the 8th house transformation. It's the soul that brings order out of chaos. We can handle the chaos. We need a global transformation. Yes, we want the Aquarius age to be here where there's unity in the brotherhood, but that only comes when there's unity inside yourself. And unity only comes inside yourself when you understand who you are, when you understand and align with who you are in your highest purpose, in your true essence, which astrology shows you who you are on a spiritual, soulful level. And tarot can help you realize what's going on in your life in Reiki and all the other numerology and all the other thousands of occult knowledges that are out there. And so we need you to rise up so the planet can be healed, so the generations can be healed, so we can go about during the Aquarius age of bringing, more unity on this planet right now. So with that being said, why should you even get more so ready these next couple years to start a business? If this interests you. If it doesn't interest you, just move right along. You guys can see my other videos. But for those Scorpio risers that are interested in doing readings for people and life coaching for people and, taking and maybe even making a livelihood from it, continue to listen. Because a Saturn is getting ready in tropical to go into Aquarius. Aquarius is the 4th house for Scorpio risers. And Aquarius, right? Saturn going into Aquarius, Saturn is the significator of career. And so for many of us that have, been like, well, when should I do professional readings? When should I do astrology? When is it? When is it? Well, this is a great time because for the next year with Saturn going into Aquarius in the 4th house, well, we say, well, Saturn, that's limitations. That means there's going to be struggles in astrology because Aquarius rules astrology, or struggles in the home and all this stuff. You got to realize that's just one essence of Saturn. The other essence of Saturn is your career, what you should take serious. And so Saturn going into the 4th says it's time to take your Aquarius career serious. Aquarius rules astrology. Aquarius rules, that hidden information, the higher information. And it's sitting in the 4th house. So what this 4th house means, it means you can now do a business out of your home. Now, I've been doing it for years. Right now, I'm recording this video in one of my guest bedrooms, right? In one of my guest/office bedrooms. I'm recording this. Saturn is happy. When Saturn goes into Aquarius, Saturn says, man, he's doing an astrology business out of his home and he's doing it seriously. We're going to reward him. We're going to let his efforts pay off. Now, some of you are like, well, I don't follow the Vedic astrology. I'm a tropical person. Saturn will go into Pisces then. Pisces in the 5th house. Pisces in our 5th house for tropical, the tropical zodiac. Well, what's our 5th house? Our 5th house is our creativity. It's the things that we are creative. What's Pisces? Spirituality. So now Saturn going into the 5th says it's time to do creative work with your spirituality. There's no more spiritual work than the work of astrology, tarot, intuitive readings, because it falls under that Pisces energy, anything that's metaphysical, anything that is magical. And even if I'm not mentioning it right now, in your spirit, if you know this is you connecting to your spirit and your soul, and you're helping others to connect to their intuition, their spirit and their soul, that would be a 5th house Pisces energy, because you're creating it. Your speech, your effort, what you're putting out there is helping people to tap into their spirituality. Astrology is the spiritual science. Why? Any science that helps you tap back into who you are is spiritual. And astrology is helping you to tap into what you already are, which is what? An image of God, a part of the collective consciousness of God. You are an individual expression of God. And so, and that's what astrology does. It shows you what expression you are and how you can express that and tap into it to your highest good. So we see that with Saturn in the 4th and the 5th, we got Mars in the 8th of the occult. This is a phenomenal time to really get serious about your spiritual business. Now, what I want to say is I do a professional astrology mentorship. If you're interested in the mentorship, you can always go to thebirthdaycoach.com, and get a free hour consultation about what my course is. But I'll tell you right off the bat, the course is several $1,000s and it runs for a year with weekly calls with me and monthly assignments. And so, but guess what? I don't take everybody. Even if you're a Scorpio riser, I won't take you. I just talked to someone yesterday and they would just be wonderful. As far as already having the gifts, but they're into tarot and they really don't need to add astrology. The tarot's enough for them. So I'm not going to take them because they really don't need the astrology at this point in their life. They already got a profession with the tarot reading. And so, and then won't take people because I look at the chart and I'm like, this is not a good fit for me. It's just not a good fit for you because I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm a guru. And why? Because of the way my Jupiter sits. And so, but the students that I take on are students that I feel that are going to have a compatibility with my teaching style. And so with that being said, though, that doesn't mean that you still shouldn't start your business. You still shouldn't do your astrology. And I'm about to give you the #1 tip for you to start your professional business that isn't going to cost you any fucking money. Now, excuse my French there. So, because a lot of you are not getting into the spiritual business because you don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin, and you feel like you don't have the resources. And I want to help you there for free, give you a free tip. Why? Because I want millions of Scorpio risers, suns, and moons to get out there and heal the planet. When we're all there is more work out there than any one astrologer, tarot reader, spiritual teacher, guide. There's too many people. You're called to use your gifts because there's people that will receive something from you. Listen, I can have more wisdom than you in astrology, but if I'm not called to give someone a reading, and you're called to do it, and you have a little information, the little information you have might be exactly said in the way that it's going to register with them. That's why we all, no matter our level, have something to share with the world and something to receive from the world. So, but if you don't want to invest several thousand in a year mentorship, but you're still like, Chair, I still want to do astrology. I'm thinking about it. I'm not committed yet, but I'm thinking about doing a webinar to where, I'll pick a night and 20, 50, 60 of you can watch the webinar, and I'll do a 5-week, maybe a 6-week course, which would be more affordable for a lot of you. If you're interested in doing a webinar that may cost several $100s, but I take you through some of the basics of astrology, or take you through even a Scorpio rising. I'm even thinking about doing a webinar just for not even people that want to be astrologers, but people that just want to learn how to activate the Scorpio life path better in career, marriage, finances. And you're interested in that webinar, put your name down below. And if you got any questions, you can always reach me at my email, thebirthdaycoach@gmail.com. So what is this free tip that I'm going to give you? Because what I hear all the time is like, well, I need a media expert. I need someone that knows social media, and I need someone that knows ClickFunnels, and I need a copyright, and can I make money? Can I make money? Can I make money? And yes, you can make money, but it takes work. The idea that, that you're not going to have to work for something as a Scorpio riser, you need to put that out of your head. Doesn't mean that it's difficult or impossible. You get to team up with Spirit. When you partner with Spirit, Spirit provides, Spirit guides, and Spirit lets you thrive. And so with that being said, though, I'm going to give you the number one tip with that Gemini in the 8th house that really won't cost you a penny, that you need to do regardless of whatever else you think. You need to do this before you get a website. You need to do this before you think you're going to hire a social media person. You need to even do this before you think you're going to hire someone like me to give you business coaching, which I do business coaching all the time. That's probably where I make most of my money. I got millionaires that call me for coaching. Just to give you an idea, you go to my site right now. It's very economical. I'm cheaper than a lot of other astrologers. I don't suggest that for most of you. Right? Maybe it's $200 a call. Usually $400 is the average for an astrologer call on average. But I've had it $200 for a while. But you know what? I got calls that come in. I talk for 45 minutes and they'll drop $3,000. Well, wow, really? Yeah, absolutely. $3,000, $1,500, $400. Never even go to the effing website. So if you're thinking you got to get a website to be a spiritual practitioner before you start making money, you probably do need me to coach you. Because the number one tip, and I told this to someone yesterday, the number one tip to get started in your spiritual business if you're a Scorpio riser is start doing short videos, short blogs. If you're doing a spiritual business as astrology, tarot, numerology, oracle cards, Reiki, energy healing, energy cleansing, mediumship, anything that's metaphysical, that's spiritual, that is hidden information that you're sharing to improve the lives of others, to help people heal, to help people in their crisis, to guide people. With that being in Gemini as a Scorpio riser, Gemini does not mean that you have to do like I'm doing right now, 14, 15-hour videos. Gemini's quick. I'll probably have to get back to doing Gemini stuff where it's just a 2-minute video, 15-second video, a 3-minute video. Gemini rules quickness, speed. It's not about trying to overwhelm people with how much you know. It's about introducing them. And so Gemini is part of social media. It's like the Aquarius, 11th house and 3rd house. They both deal in their own ways with communications. Aquarius, which I love. Remember Saturn going to Aquarius? Aquarius rules astrology. Saturn's career. If you want a career in astrology, you want to do this next year, tap into that Gemini 8th house, because you're doing an 8th house career, and start just communicating short little information about the topic. Start teaching, start introducing people to what you're doing. That doesn't cost you anything. YouTube is free. YouTube's free for the most part. And so, I get people tell me, well, I can't make any money at it because I don't have a website and I don't have a marketer. And I'll ask them, how many videos you got up? Oh, I got 50 videos up. Well, then you're not serious about don't blame God, don't blame Spirit. If you're not out there spreading the message, you got to build a clientele. You got to build a brand. You're trying to sit there and figure out what's my brand, when really you can figure that out as you go. You need to be pumping out videos, pumping them out consistently. Maybe 2 a week, 3 a week, 4 a week, and just do that while you build up your brand. Look, I got 3,000, 4,000 followers. That's nothing. That's nothing compared to the other astrologers out there. Some of those famous astrologers that got 400,000 followers. And guess what? Some of them, they don't even do on the phone Zoom call reading like I do. You know what they're doing? You're paying $600, $300 for a 10-minute reading on a recorder that they send you. Well, how come they can charge like that? Because they got 400,000 followers. But how they get that many followers? Because they've been building their social media for a long time. If you're going to start anywhere with a Gemini in the 8th house, you start with the social media right now. And you don't have to have long-ass videos. And you don't have to be a master at it. Just start sharing. Well, someone knows this information better than me. It doesn't matter. Because you don't know where your video's going to end up. You don't know, someone might just now be going through something in their life and they're on YouTube and they see your video for the first time. Because the way you're saying it and sharing it, it's going to resonate with them. Listen, I get people all the time that don't like me. And I get it. I'm a Scorpio riser. You love me or you hate me. There's a lot of Scorpio risers out there that don't like me. Because you haven't really tapped into your Phoenix yet, bitch. But anyways, as you can see, I lifted weights. I'm going to stop because this 17 minutes, I don't like taking that long for it to download on YouTube. Comment in the section below if you're interested in at least giving a webinar. If you're more interested in really investing into becoming an astrologer and astrologer business, you can always go to the website, thebirthdaycoach.com. And with that being said, you should start doing those videos right after the 12th. Right after the 12th, start pumping them out before you get a website. Before you hire anybody to do your social media, before you even hire a business coach, you should be just pumping out videos. TikTok, YouTube, and you don't have to even do 1,000. I would probably, it just depends who your client is. So this is where you need to hire me. You need to, who's your clientele? Who's your clientele, right? So if you're getting young people, TikTok, or even people real quickly, Gemini loves TikTok because it's quick. YouTube is great. That's where my clientele is. Instagram, if you're getting women that are in the 30s and 40s that are professionals, Instagram is really great for that. So anyways, I love you guys. I really hope, whether you like me or not, if you got a desire to help heal people and you feel called from Spirit to do this kind of work, now's the time to get serious about it. God bless you.